Greetings. Greetings live from YouTubeville. Finally got the Mac fixed. You'd think you would expect a little bit better quality when you're dropping like 2 Gs on a computer. Eh, but things happen. Alright. How's the hat look? Is it sharp? Sharp? We're looking good. Best beard on YouTube is on point. Alright, we're looking good, looking good. When you look good, you feel good, it's all good. Okay, we're going to talk about our linebacker situation. Now, as of today, May the 20th, is our linebacker room better than it was last year at this time? Or is our linebacker room worse right now? I think I have to be realistic and say our linebacker room is worse right now. Our leader right now is a 32-year-old Eric Kendricks, who knows the Zimmer defense, who knows where to line everybody up, get everybody in position, all that stuff. If he goes down, we're in trouble. Then, let's say the green dot, maybe he's going to go to Maris Liatufa. He's probably going to be the second man up because he's extremely intelligent. And that was one of the things that Mike Zimmer was attracted to him by. So he's second man up. Third man up, as of right now, is Damone. I don't like contact Clark. I don't blame him, but we drafted the guy with a bad neck. And this is just like common sense football. Why do you draft someone at a position? It's not a kicker. He's playing a position where every play is a car crash. So Dallas is like, oh, yeah, we'll get his neck fixed and everything will be great. No, it was plain to see last year that he was running away from contact. And I don't know if his neck was bothering him or whatever, or he's just scared. He's having second thoughts, but it's understandable. And we shouldn't be blaming him. We should be blaming the organization for drafting him. Just like Jalen Smith, man, we badmouthed the poor kid for how long, yet we drafted him. That kid shouldn't even have walked again, and he did. And to do what he did to get back on the field again was miraculous and showed how much of an athlete he was. But if he never would have got hurt, Jalen Smith would have been a top 5 pick. So we love to get all these injured guys. Now we're going to talk about Overshown. Overshown falls under all the content creators, all the Dallas fans that anointed. Remember that guy, Jabril Cox? Played for South Dakota State for a few years. And then he had the 1 year at LSU. And all his tackles, which I said was 25 yards downfield. And I said the guy is a bust, but yet got labeled a hater for saying he's a bust by all these content creators that, they think they're going to work for Dallas someday in their lives. So Jabril Cox turned out to be a bust. As of now, Damone Clark is looking to be a bust. But I really don't blame him because we drafted him. And then we had him have neck surgery. Everyone is anointing Overshown the next great linebacker. He hasn't played one single snap in the NFL. I still see a player that I don't know if he's a linebacker. I don't know if he's a safety. They show him with the Zeke videos of him running around trash cans. He still looks slow. He still looks like he's about 220 pounds, yet he had a year to eat. All he had to do was eat and lift for a year. And getting paid to do that. And he looks the same to me. I'm sorry. Last year he was 220 with pads on and his cowboy hat underneath his helmet. And everyone's telling me he's 242, bro. That kid, anyone that can look at a body or anyone that's been around sports could say that kid's nowhere near 240 pounds. Now he has the build he has the build to be 245. Easily he has the build to carry that kind of weight. He's 6'3", but I honestly don't know what he is right now. And you also got to remember he's not a Dan Quinn guy. Right now, we only got two Dan Quinn guys, Kendricks and Marist. Marist is going to be growing pains. He's not going to be used to the 17 plus schedule. Marist is coming off of Notre Dame where he probably had better defensive tackles in front of him than Dallas does right now, and he was much freer to flow to the ball. Our defensive tackle room is extremely, extremely scary. I'm sorry. We have undrafted free agent Jason Johnson out of UCF, another undersized 228-pound linebacker. He could surprise a lot of people. And he could make this team. I just feel that as of right now, our linebacker room is much, much worse than it was last year at this time. And now you're hearing all this little scuttlebutt out and stuff like that Dan Quinn tried getting Bobby Wagner twice, and Jerry Jones said no. And honestly, I don't like Dan Quinn at all. He's wasted eight defensive lineman draft picks on this team, and we still suck at stopping the run. So I have no love for Dan Quinn. I said from day one was called a hater. Dan Quinn, no matter where he goes, his legacy is going to be blowing a 28-point lead in the Super Bowl. That's Dan Quinn's legacy. And a dude that, can't stop the run. So all I know is Zimmer, but I do believe that Dan Quinn tried to get Bobby Wagner and Dallas wouldn't pay him. In our glory years, after the two straight Super Bowls, we let Ken Norton just walk to San Francisco. It's like for some reason Jerry doesn't value the linebacker class. He just doesn't. He just goes out and drafts it. Yet we only drafted one linebacker this year, and granted, he was a reach. 100% he was a reach in the third round. But they took him in the third round because we had no fourth, and he wasn't going to be there at the end of round 5. So, that's why we're playing checkers and Philly's defense is playing chess. We're reaching for guys, and Philly walked out of next year's draft with 4 extra draft picks just by moving up and down the board. Yet, and that's not even including their comp picks for next year. So next year we have 4 comp picks, but today we're just speaking on the linebacker room, and it's very scary, especially if Kendricks goes down, because then Marist, he's going to be the green dot guy. I think some people might get mad at me, and I really don't care because I'm that guy. I don't think Micah Parsons has it up here to play middle linebacker, because no matter how many injuries there's been on Dallas, he's never been the green dot guy, no matter what. And I also don't think it's funny. Micah Parsons, he's not a middle linebacker. He's also not an edge full time. So, in my opinion, this is my 2 cents, and I'm showing my age. Back in the day, the 49ers called it the elephant package, but back in my day, it was called the rover, a true rover position. He got to line up at any single position he wanted on every different play. that prevents an offensive coordinator from preparing, you know, plays against him. And that's eliminating double and triple teams against Micah. So I hope Dan Quinn did not just put Micah Parsons at defensive end to hide all his weaknesses. Because at middle linebacker, he's been shown he can get misdirected to death on the run game. And a lot of times he just has this great athletic ability where even though he got misdirected or he made a mistake or he took the wrong read, he still made the play because he has great athletic ability. I also don't think, bam, he's a stay-at-home middle linebacker because just like he wore down at edge, if you throw him in the middle and now you think he's going to deal with 330-pound guards every single play, plus making the tackle, nah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's going to wear down even faster. But since he's going into a contract year, I think he's going to want to play edge more. So that's it, short and sweet about the linebacker position. Now we're going to talk about the schedule. We have a first place team schedule, but we don't have a first place team. There's no preseason. We're not starting out no preseason games with the Giants and Jets. They're saying Cleveland Browns is the opening game. And the Browns defense is legit. Legit. Granted, the first few weeks of NFL football is crazy shaky. And you really don't know what you got for about 3-4 weeks. But all I know is with Tyler Guyton playing left tackle, they better throw Span Ford over his way to block. They better help him. Who's ever at left tackle, they better help him with Myles Garrett. And we better hope that Terrence Steele can hold up to his $100 million contract and play right tackle. Last year, he gave up over 7 sacks, and Dak took a beating on his side. So, and you shouldn't have that when you're paying your right tackle $100 million. But once again, I got called a hater for saying that was a mistake. Orlando Brown got $60 million, but yet I don't know why we gave Terrence Steele $100 million coming off an injury. I got no problem paying somebody. I just want to see them play after coming off an injury. We paid Michael Gallup coming off an injury. How did that look? No good. We paid Terrence Steele coming off an injury. How did that look? Not good. I'm hoping he can get it back, because if he can't get it back come 2025, and remember this right now, if Terrence Steele has a bad year, we're going to be drafting another offensive lineman in the first round in 2025. Because right now, I think our biggest needs are defensive tackle, running back, and linebacker is our biggest needs right now. But schedule-wise, we go to San Fran again. It's got to be like the 4th time in a row we're going to play, San Fran. So I don't think anyone did us any favors with this schedule we got. We got 5-time prime games as usual. It doesn't matter. Dallas can go 0-17 and we'll have 1 million primetime games because people pay to watch Dallas. So that's that. Tomorrow we're going to flip-flop, go back to college. Tomorrow we're going to break down Clemson and Auburn for tomorrow. Clemson got a loaded defense, and they got some good linebackers too, so we can break those down tomorrow. Auburn got a sick wide receiver. So I apologize for not being on a few days. You would think Bill Gates, with the billions of dollars he owns, would make better $2,000 computers that last a week and then their screen breaks, but I guess that's too much to ask. But So tomorrow we're going back to college. Like and subscribe. Doesn't cost nothing. You can also catch me on Danny Savage, Draft Guru on Twitter. I'm on the Twitter machine every day learning all about that stuff. I think I've had my account for like 3 weeks. Little by little, we got the GWO in the back. We all know what that is because when you're rocking with the Guru World Order, it's for life. Talk to you tomorrow, everybody.